dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Welcome back to another Getting Projects Done with me, Chris. Yeah, we're gonna work on what's his name? Kazam? Alakazam? We're gonna work on him. And we are going to finish up details. He's pretty much really close to being done. There's some areas I want to touch up, clean up, and yeah. So we're going to work on him. And I also have his base, so we might work on him today and tomorrow. I really don't think there's that much left to do. Of course, I mean, if you guys feel like asking questions as far as like what I did, because I did not film any tutorials or anything like that for this model. So, if any of you have questions about like what I went through to do certain things and what have yous, feel free to ask. Of course, this is if you're watching this after the fact, feel free to always ask anyway. Hey, Barfing Sheep, what's happening?
Hey.
Hi. How are you?
I'm pretty good, man. Just had to drop some bears off at the pond.
Some bears off at the pond. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I was briefly even in the Discord and then I had to fuck off for a bit.
Gotcha. Dropping bears off at the pond. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, let me turn this around. Let's turn it this way. There we go. Just got to turn my palette around here for everybody who cares what's going on with my palette. So, yeah, I'm working on, what the hell is this model called again? Kazari? Alakazam? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, so I also have his base to do. And, yeah, it's already been primed in Gray Sear, the spray paint, or the spray can. You can see some kind of like streakiness going on. That's just the way the glue dried on the base. It's all been sanded. I don't know if I'll leave it as sand. I just wanted a fairly homogeneous texture on the surface. Might use some Citadel, might use just grass, or a combination of the two. Not really sure. But either way, the plan is with the base, it's going to get colored in some blue grays, I think, just to complement the actual figure itself. And yeah, so we're going to finish this guy off. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do with him. If I'm just going to, keep him in the collection or sell him, or I was even thinking, I know this is going to be crazy, but I was thinking that maybe we'll give it away. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. I know. Crazy, right? Well, first things first. First things first is we are going to get the fur. We're going to take care of his fur. And for that, I used Fist in Red. Where's my Evil Sun Scarlet? We'll use Evil Sun Scarlet and some Wild Rider Red. Just because it's one of my... These are probably three of my most favoritist colors. Mephiston Red, Evil Sun Scarlet, and Wild Rider Red. I paint a lot of red, mainly because I paint, Samhan Eldar, so there's always, a ton. You know what, we'll move the pig gator out of the way. I'll get him out of the workspace. Just so we don't accidentally nick him on something or anything like that. But yeah, I'm going to need some dry brushes because I am going to dry brush these textures. So, let's see here. We'll use this brush, and we will use... Yeah, why not? Let's use this brush. Okay. Just because we can. So I'm going to use my small dry brush. It's pretty mangled, but, such is the life of a dry brush. And then, of course, I have my medium dry brush as well. And we'll use this as needed. We'll probably use that for a bulk of the dry brushing, and then once we get into the little fiddly tips, we will switch over to the small one. So get us started, we're going to use some Fiston Red. I'll give it a quick mix. And so what's happening with you, Mr. Barfing?
I am doing the skin on my gator piglet.
Oh, sweet. Have you been posting any work in progress in the Discord or
No, not yet.
email, tagging, something? I want to see.
Not yet. Look,
God damn it, man. Yeah, no. Whenever you're ready, man. I mean, share whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Show your bloody work to the teacher, damn it.
Well, it's not that. It's just, you know.
I don't know.
I like seeing it. I like seeing other people's work. I like when people share their work with me. Especially, now, I don't know if this sounds egotistical, but I like when people share their work with me when they've followed along with, you know, a tutorial that I've shown or anything like that. I like when they've, you know, I have a friend and he was following along to my tutorial on doing the crab and the little fishy from Shadespire. And yeah, he followed along fantastic, and he was already a really great painter. And in some instances, on his interpretation, I liked what he did better than what I did. You know, and so
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, you know, like it's just, you know, it's just cool stuff like that, and that's one of the reasons why I really like when people, you know, share their work with me, because yeah, sometimes I look at it and go, damn, yeah, I like what he did there, and you know, I did this, but he did that, or she, and you know, they did it better, and I was like, wow, that's really impressive, you know. It's just that kind of stuff. It's not that I'm like, you know, you got to share it with me because I'm going to judge it and blah blah blah, you know. It's nothing like that.
Oh, I think you're the last person to go like that.
Well, sometimes. I mean, sometimes I know I can be just a little bit nitpicky about, you know, examining things. But, you know, I mean, like, if somebody asks for, you know, feedback and being constructive and, you know, showing like, okay, well, you did this really well, but this here, you could have, you know, stepped it up a bit more, and you know what I mean? Like just that kind of stuff, and just genuinely trying to help people. Unfortunately, sometimes, and I know this from personal experience, that sometimes it can feel like a bit of an attack on, you know, your artistic integrity and ability, and that's not the intention whenever I, you know, do that kind of stuff, you know. So we loaded up Mephiston Red, and very, very lightly we're going to dry brush. I know it's a bad word, dry brushing. No, you're not dry brushing, are you? That's for noobs.
Cheating.
Is dry brushing cheating? I thought it was just for noobs. I don't know. These stupid arguments.
Who knows?
So basically with... oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I've heard that dry brushing is lazy work.
Lazy work?
But, no.
No. Honestly, you know what is lazy? I mean, I don't really care for it as far as the term is concerned, being, you know, lazy painting. I believe in efficiency. But what can feel like lazy work and almost into that category of cheating is wet on wet blending. That sometimes feels very lazy because you can achieve so much so quickly with once you become very proficient in a wet on wet blend, because you can do an entire section like this, and if you're using larger brushes, you know, you can just hammer that out really, really fast, you know, creating this gradient of color here. Now on the wings here, I used an airbrush, And some would consider that cheating, and I don't know. I don't think so, but whatever.
Well, isn't for me at least, wet on wet blending is something you really have to learn.
Yes. Well, all these things you have to learn.
So if you've taken the time and effort to learn it properly, would it then be lazy?
Right.
You've already done your homework.
Precisely. That's why I don't really see, cheating or things of that nature in the hobby, because everything might seem relatively new when you start out, and you're just going to become more proficient in this stuff as time goes by, as the more you do it, as with all things in life, right? It's not simply just hobby painting. It's also kind of how we look at the world. And I think these are the kinds of thoughts that usually creep into my head whenever I'm doing this kind of busy work and just doing this kind of thing and contemplating life's greater mysteries. And but it's like art, it is entirely subjective, and it's entirely dependent upon our own experiences. Or does that sound just a little too preachy? I can tend to sound like that sometimes.
I'm the wrong person to say.
Why would you be the wrong person?
So I believe people should be people. Live and let live. Live and eat pie.
I 100% concur.
If somebody has a view that I disagree with, I could say, okay, I disagree, but I'm happy you feel good about it.
Well, I mean, we can all disagree. That's fine. We all, in fact, it's far more interesting when we all don't agree on things, because then we can usually find some middle ground and, make things, hopefully, for the better. And, not feeling qualified, I don't know about that, because I think if you're alive and you are affected by our day-to-day, you are qualified to speak about such things, because we all live in this world. Nobody is an expert on life, right? Like, there's no experts on life. If there are, they're horseshit. But
yeah, I was about to say people try to be.
Yeah, but nobody is. There's no experts on life, because to be an expert on life, you would have to have lived multiple lives, and there is no evidence to suggest that is true, despite some who might claim that. We're only here once, so everybody's experiencing this for the first time as well.
That's a neat way to put it.
Well, it's how I feel about it. I mean, again, I'm no expert, but I don't think commenting on life requires someone to be an expert. You just have to live in this world. And by that, I think it makes us all experts, in a sense, or qualified to speak on the matter. I think some of these spots are really tricky to get to. I'm tempted to load more paint onto the brush to do this, but I don't want to, because then I know I'll end up mucking it up. So you're definitely going to send me some pics of your pig gator? That sounds like a come online, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll send one once I've done this layering.
Yeah, just post in the work in progress, or wherever you want. But yeah.
Right now I'm in the skin zone.
The skin zone.
Yeah, I'm in the zone painting skin.
Oh, I got you. Skin zone. Oh shit! I'm trying to pull my. I have my soap attached to the base of this dragon, and I was trying to detach it from the base, and I heard something crack.
Oops.
Yeah, oops. Oop. There we go. It's all good.
I've had my soap for so long that it's managed to form crystals.
Crystals?
Yeah, so I had to flip it around.
Oh, really?
The soap block itself.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever had that encounter before.
No, it's been around for a long time. This.
Oh, jeez Louise. Bumping stuff now. Is it like the same soap as this, or like?
Yeah, it's that one.
It's this one, yeah. And it turns into crystals, eh? Now you got me curious. Can I pop that out? Usually you can just pop these out, but apparently not. I'm actually due for I think another one. It's getting pretty low. Anyway, next step after doing that red, and because I do not want any color transference, I'm going to wash my brush because as you can see, oh, there's even some paint coming off still. Oh, it was up on the furrow. Anyway, who's that? Oh, Mr. Boot. What's happening? Not much. Okay. So yeah, you can see there's still like a little bit of color in the bristles. So I like to wash the brush out before moving into another color, especially a brighter color, because Mephiston Red is so dang dank that it'll transfer color. So I usually always give them a wash. And it's just a good habit to be in when you're working with your brushes, taking care of your brushes, of course, right? So yeah.
Take care of your brushes. Don't take care of
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the philosophy stands with any tools, right? You gotta take care of your chainsaw. You gotta take care of your lawnmower. You have to take care of your car, right? So you always have to take care of your tools. So there we go.
Oh, damn it.
What?
That was just a very short Peter Griffin laugh in the end.
Kim, hey, Dragon Time. You are pretty nice when you do critiques of people's work. I don't try to be nice, but I do try to be honest and not. What's the word I'm looking for there? Plainly, I just don't want to be a dick. I want to elevate people, especially those who, are coming to me for any kind of criticism about their efforts. And yeah, so, but I don't know about nice. I want to be nice about it because it's a learning opportunity, right? But yeah.
A learning opportunity.
Yeah, well, like for example, this weekend, I'm going to judge a painting competition. It's not a big thing. It's a local event. And, yeah, it's look over the work. If anybody has any kind of questions about like what they could have done a little differently and what have you, I've had that conversation quite a few times. Usually, though, the people's entries, they're actually not present. So I can pretty much just freely look through the work, and then quickly because like, for example, if I had 20 entries to look at, I would categorize them up into stuff that is showing a lot more skill, and then of those pieces, then I go through and I determine which one immediately jumps out at me as being really, really good, and demonstrating a lot of technical abilities and stuff like that. And then of course once you get to a couple down, then going through and, okay, well, which one is showing even greater capacity for painting, you know? It's really how I go about it. Usually, though, it's a lot of, you know, technical type of work that helps, you know, determine who's demonstrating more knowledge in a sense, right? But yeah. Kim, don't think I've seen the dragon done in metallics like that. Well, that's kind of the why I did it, but initially, like when I was going to do this guy, giggity, and I wanted him to be like this really, really bright gold initially, and then I just wasn't happy with it, and so I had to actually add deeper and darker tones, and then I had to deliberately apply the shadows into places. And yeah, like the shading of this guy is 3 or 4 different colors going on, even with the red initially. The wings were actually metallic, and I was just going to do like a metallic red on top of it, but I wasn't liking how that looked. It was just all around just too much, and so that's why I started going for this more matted down appearance. But you can still see it refracts the light because there is a base of metallics under there. Then I was even toying with the idea on the wings of doing like little spots, and I was actually thinking of doing like white spots or some sort of patterning, but then I decided against that too. I said, screw it, I'm just gonna get it done. But yeah, he's fun. I also made the mistake of assembling him completely other than his base, and yeah. Anywho, we're working on the fur right now at this moment. Next, we're going to jump over to some Evil Sun's Scarlet. Kim, I'm in the skin zone too, painting barbarians. Yeah. Conan. Most people use the Master soap. I use the Da Vinci one. Cool. I've never used the Da Vinci one. I've only ever used Masters. Probably 20 years? 20 years using Masters. And you know, I know it. I prefer it. I'm not a big fan of the more liquidy type of brush cleaners, and this soap, reason why I started using it was because, well, oil painting. My oil paint brushes, this gets the dried oil paint right out of them. So it's good for, you know, acrylic, oils or enamels, and water-based acrylic. Well, it even says right on the thing. Oil paint, watercolor, acrylic. What's that? Grains or stains? Oh, stains, I guess. There we go. It's good for stains, like blood stains. Get those blood stains out. Giving the red a shake.
But it can't wash away your sorrows.
It's a little heavy, but accurate.
That's what painting's for.
I was going to say something corny along those lines that, yeah, you know, like if you're feeling sorrowful, you know, painting can take that away. And so by proxy, the soap can wash your sorrow away. Because you can take that little bit of pain that's in your bristles, apply it to your model, then wash that away and leave the pain there. Right?
Yeah.
No? Does that sound like some corny bullshit? A little bit?
So where do you keep your crystals?
Where do I keep the what?
Your crystals.
Oh, the crystals. And believe it or not, I scoff at crystals. I scoff. My mother, she's a bit of a hippie, and yeah, she's still into her horoscopes and stuff like that. And I, you know, to avoid angering my mother, I don't say anything. I just, oh yeah, really? That's interesting, Ma. That's really interesting. And then she's like, you should get your tea leaves read. And I'm like, fuck that. Fucking tea leaves. Like how does tea leaves?
Tea leaves like tea?
Tea. Like tea. Like all the tea in China.
You should get them. What?
I should get what?
No, like getting your tea leaves read.
Yeah. I'm not sure where you're going with this, Boop.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, getting your tea leaves read. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a thing. Yeah. It's up there with crystals and horoscopes and tarot cards and, yeah. Clairvoyance, mediums.
I know about, like, palm reading. And that's what
palm reading, yeah.
About, but apparently, no, you were talking about tea, like tea.
Yeah,
like
tea. Yeah, that's a thing, man. Yeah, that's a real thing. Yeah. Like I said, my mom's a bit of a hippie, so I know about all that shit.
Goddamn hippies.
Goddamn hippies.
There's always sex magic and magical rituals involving intercourse. Now that is fascinating.
Well, I think you know where Chris is going to go with this, but intercourse with old Chris is quite magical. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but
because you take care of your tools.
You're fucking right, I do, man. I take care of it better than my front yard.
It's a lot of bush. I had to give myself a pat on the back for that one.
Yeah. Ba-doom-ch. Kim, Masterson, Da Vinci soap. If they look the same, I cannot tell them apart. They work the same. Oh yeah, I've never tried, but if it's the same as Masters, then yeah, cool. Yeah, I like the solid. I know that there's liquid brush soap, and I know that there's solid brush soap. I've never really used liquid soap, so I can't say whether or not it's Garbo or solid performs better than liquid. I don't know. I just prefer solid. Something about just scrubbing the brush in my soap, Yeah. I guess really, this is a slight, weird turn, but for bar soap, okay, imagine you're in the shower. See, I'm a bar soap kind of guy, but I'm not really a big fan of like body wash, which I would equate to like, liquid soap, right? We're just slapping liquid soap on your loofah, whatever the fuck it's called, and then scrubbing yourself up. Now it gives you a really great clean, but my day-to-day, no, I just take the bar of soap and I just go ham, right? And I like the firm bars of soap, the ones that are like little fucking bricks. I like those soap. And
so you're a little brick guy. You're not a Duke Cannon big ass brick of soap.
A big brick of soap? No, no, not a big brick of soap. Just a little brick of soap.
I judge a man by how big his soap bar is.
Really?
Yeah, but wait,
that's a weird metric to judge somebody by, but okay. You do you, bud. You do you.
No, it's just it's the company I buy soap from. They make like huge, like, the actual size of bricks.
Oh, yeah. Like, do you go through like these smaller kind of manufacturers of soap?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I've been curious about that one myself. I've actually been very interested in making my own soap.
Well, I don't know if I would technically call them small, but they're like a smaller. You can't find them in every store like you can like Irish Spring or something.
Yeah. For a long time, I used to like Irish Spring until it really started drying my skin out. then I stopped using it because, you know, it dried my skin out.
Yeah, but ever since I switched to Duke Cannon, never looked back.
Right.
They make big ass. Their bar soap is literally called Big Ass Brick of Soap.
Right. Yeah.
Big ass brick of soap. I kind of want
Except the one time they came out with the pumpkin spice, and then it was the basic ass brick of soap.
Brick of soap.
Yeah, it's a joke about pumpkin spice. And they put it on the label, and it was pumpkin spice soap.
Yeah, but I'm sure that probably sold pretty well for them.
It's pumpkin spice.
Yeah, I can see that selling well.
There it is. They still have it for sale.
Oh, yeah?
Big ass pumpkin spice latte soap.
Jeez.
Makes it even better is one of the pictures is a guy throwing up leaves and making that soy boy like Wojak face where it's like the mouth open with like the scraggly beard. Nobody else is familiar with that meme? Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm usually not all about the memes. I usually just let my kids filter the good memes to me, and that's about it.
Are you familiar with what a soy boy is?
I've heard the term. I'm sure probably somebody's called me it.
Millennials who are super excited about something, so they just open their mouths. You haven't seen those pictures? Okay, never mind.
No.
It was the fucking times.
Apparently. I thought I was. I thought I was doing pretty good up to this point. You're proving me wrong, apparently. I thought I was with it, but then they changed what it was. Now, what's it? It's strange.
Yeah, don't worry, it's not even I'm up with the times.
I don't even know what a Wojak is. God.
A Wojak? No, I don't. What is a Wojak?
It's one of those face memes. Like you have the Chad face, like the memes where it's like Chad. Wojak is the normal person, but he's like a doomer. You know what a doomer is?
You just said a bunch of shit there, man. You said a bunch of little things.
I'm gonna need a whiteboard for this.
Yeah.
Break out the whiteboard. We're going like full like Always Sunny. Freaking what's his name?
Yeah.
Locked in his room, smoking his freaking cigarettes with like the board with the strings all over.
That's all we need.
Some conspiracy theory shit? Oh, fuck. You know, it took me a long time to kind of get out of that shit. I used to be pretty, not huge into conspiracy theory stuff, but I followed along pretty intently. And, you know, then I stopped. Wasn't easy. But in hindsight, it was necessary to stop. But yeah. Dragon Knight. Hey, Chris. How your day going? My day going? My day going is going. Fuck, I can't even speak anymore. It's going well. Thanks for asking. Kim. They done the tea leaf reading thing for several hundred years. Alistair Crowley was really into the sex magic with the young dudes.
Someone's been watching Count Dankula here.
Count Dankula?
Dankula, yeah. That's why I mentioned the sex rituals. There's a video on Alistair Crowley.
Oh.
Like a really long one.
Like, does it go into depth with the sex with dudes, or?
Oh yeah. Well, not into depth, but it's often
well, I'm looking more
because he did it often.
Well, I'm looking more for tutorials.
Oh, he published a bunch of books.
I'm joking, of course. I'm joking. Don't fucking judge me.
I'm not going to yuck anyone's yum.
Shit. Sophie, wow. Oh, I like the dragon. Hi, Chris and chat. Hi, Sophie. Kim, the people that do handmade soap mostly do 100 kilogram blocks and then cut it up. Yeah, I've looked into it. I'm still very interested in it. Especially like, brush soap. I'm very interested in it. Making my own, maybe. I probably should, but I think because I'm such a fan of these guys, I probably should just see if I can get, some sort of deal. Because I've been chatting their shit up for years. What was it? Endorsement. There we go. Endorsement. That's the word I was looking for. For proper selling out, right? So. Because if you're going to sell out, you might as well do it properly, right? Sophie, I just buy the Dove brand creamy moisturizer soap. Yeah, I for a while I was using Dove. I can't remember what the hell I'm using right now. It's kind of like Dove. It's got the little moisturizer in it and shit. Yeah, because I'm fragile and I'm delicate like a spring flower, and I got to take care of my skin. Gots to, mister.
But I gots to. Okay, let's see if I can grab a picture of this snarly blue bastard.
Snarly blue. That sounds like a color, and should trademark that because that sounds like something G-Dubs might throw out next time they redo their paint line. Snarly blue.
Yeah, I've always wanted to make my own paint line with insane names for the paints.
Like shit that doesn't make sense.
Teacher crying blue.
Oh, jeez, that's fucking dark, yeah. That's kind of fucking dark, to be sure, man. To be sure.
Who left the fridge door open yellow?
Jeez.
Stupid shit like that.
Yeah. Head in oven gray. Fuck.
London smog brown.
Yeah. Bathtub toaster bomb blue. Dark blue. Holy man. Somebody out there is like, that's not fucking funny, man.
What?
Toaster bath bombs.
Toaster bath bombs.
I found that very entertaining.
Yeah.
After a while, it smells like burnt hair.
Hoof.
Let's see.
Oi. Who goes there? Sir Pork. Thank you for the bits. Who's that stumbling around in the dark?
There we go. Gauge of Piglet is now in Discord.
Oh, I will check it out later. And there we go. Pretty as a picture. It'll still stain. I mean, shit. Anyway. Switch over to the small dry brush. Let's grab some Wild Rida Red. Rida. Not Rider. Rida.
Are you sure?
Am I sure? No. Why?
Okay.
Should I?
Just making sure. If you were sure, but apparently you're not.
I'm not sure. You're making me doubt myself. Why would you do that? My confidence is so fragile. Why on earth would you make me doubt myself?
Probably get off the internet then. True.
My ego is so small and fragile. Why would you do that to me?
Why are you on the internet?
True.
If your ego's that fragile, why are you on the internet?
You know, like, you would think, right, that anybody who is on the internet, you know, like content creators, like, you
On
know,
the internet.
well, like,
Yeah.
like, you know, with Instagram and TikToks and YouTubes and Twitches and stuff like that,
I
right?
think I know where you're going with it. But
You would, you would think that to do this, you would have to have thick skin, so that everybody pretty much that does this has thick skin. But
like, yeah, you have to go in knowing that the internet is
right, you're just gonna get a whole bunch of negativity, and you know, you do get some positivity. You probably get more positivity, but the negative ones stand out more, and so it you know, affects the person a lot more. I'm not exempt from this at all, but you do need thick skin, and it's amazing in my own experience how many people are so thin-skinned. It's really quite interesting how fragile so many people's egos are.
It's that quote from Rocky.
Which quote?
The one where he's talking to his son.
It's been a long time since I've watched Rocky.
About like how the world will beat him down.
You're paraphrasing, but that's not working for me. You're gonna have to pull up the quote.
Shit.
Yeah, that'll keep him busy for a few seconds. Kim, I fucking hate the stupid names paint brands put on their pots. Why not just call it what it is? Yeah, I concur. I mean, you know, like Wild Rider Red. I mean, that's specific to G-dubs. They can trademark that, and they can, you know, and despite being a fun color, I'm sure that there are other paint brands out there that are of this similar hue without the craziness of the name. Versus, you know, straight up titanium white, or Blanco di Titan, or Blanco di Titano, whatever the fuck that is. Carbon. Sarden?
So close.
Oh. Or just carbon.
The first one.
Yeah. Carbon black. How come? Now, do they not want to put what black is in other languages in here? Is that why they don't put the other translations on carbon black? Because carbon black is just carbon black, but titanium white, then it gives you different languages. It's a product of the USA, so, you know, Spanish I would assume would be the first one after English, but what do I know? But anyway, yeah, using straight up names, you know, why not? Like, you know, of course, when you get into like these varying shades, right? I mean, if this was, you know, vermilion red, then what is this, right? Just pure straight up. Well, it'd be more closer to like Namphal red or whatever, but, and then this one would be off red. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, whereas throwing crazy ass names at it. But what doesn't help is colors that don't actually have an indicator as to what the color is, especially for those who are somewhat colorblind, right? Skaven Blight Dinge. Well, what fucking color is that? I described that to you. What color is that? Dinge. Well, what's dinge? I gotta pull up a fucking thesaurus or dictionary to understand what dinge means? Like, see, dryad bark. Okay, bark. Not too bad, but are we talking a dog's bark or are we talking tree bark? Right? Like,
what's the color of a dog's bark?
Yeah, what's the color of fucking dog's bark, right? Black
Can you
Templar.
paint with all the colors of a dog's bark?
You know, I'm trying to think of some other crazy ass names that just, you know, usually they're pretty good, right? Administratum Grey. Grey, it's right in the name. Uthrin Grey. Grey, right in the name, right? Oi. Sycorax Bronze. Bronze, right in the name, right? These are good names. Turbodork. Now, Turbodork makes a kind of an exception for this because, you know, obviously they're just going for crazy ass names, and honestly, that's Kirkout to me. I mean, that color. I have no idea if that's right or wrong, but that's the color now. You know, I don't know. It's goofy. It's goofy shit. It's goofy shit for goofy shit, really, is what it is. Sophie, some paints do have hilarious names. Yes, they do. Turbodork is whimsy all over the place. Sir Pork, Goblin Green, Internal Organs. Very fun. Yeah. I don't want to tell you what my original. I had rewritten some of my paint labels, especially in the old Citadel stuff, because they used to do. Well, like Coat d'Arms still pretty much does what they used to do way back in the when, just these simple little paper labels. But the GW ones were just like straight up just like a little part of a little sticker right on the bottle. And they'd fall off all the time because, you're constantly shaking the paint and, handling it and what have yous. And so I ended up replacing a lot of my labels. And so then I just, I don't know if I was drunk or what, but I just, started changing up the names. And I don't want to tell you what I named my pink color. It used to be called Titillating Pink. And I was a young man. So anything that you think that a young man would laugh at, that's probably the name I gave that color. I can't help but be a young man. A child. Zoldarok, Slanesh Off-White. Slanesh Off-White? Slanesh Off-White.
That's me.
Oh. Sophie, didn't Goblin Green before called Snot Green once like ew? Yeah, I think Goblin Green has been around. Then I think it changed to Snot Green, and then the name just disappeared. Because I don't think Goblin Green is actually a green anymore, is it? Like in
They don't make that green anymore. Yeah.
No.
The closest one you can get is Moot.
Moot?
It's not quite there.
Yeah. See now, Coat d'Arms. They have.
I think Moot Green is the Snot Green.
Yeah, but like Coat d'Arms, because they use the old Citadel, system for making the paints, they make Goblin Green. Like this bottle's not even opened yet. And I'm going to base all my models in this. There was much rejoicing when I got this bottle. There was much rejoicing. Yay.
I knew it.
I wish I had that little Monty Python thing, and there was much rejoicing. Yay.
I gotta get that Goblin Green, because,
You got it?
No, I gotta get it.
You gotta get it.
My Imperial Fists, even though I'm gonna eat, the only minis that is from 3rd edition or earlier is the Captain. So I need to get it, because, they're all gonna be painted in that 2nd, 3rd edition Imperial Fist yellow.
Gotcha. That's cool.
I need that Goblin Green base. Or it doesn't look right.
Sophie, can't see why anyone would hate on your content, Chris. I'm often laughing myself silly with how you entertain us with your streams. Yeah, I don't know how I do it either. I weep for the future, honestly. Like, people laughing at my dumb shit, I'm like, oh my god, no. Please don't tell me.
How can anybody hate this show, but...
Oi!
That's right, Chris, I hate you.
Apparently. The monkey noise came up, but my thingy's not telling me what happened.
What's it? YouTube's?
Must be you. I'm not on YouTube, am I? Holy shit, I've been streaming on YouTube. No? Okay. I was pretty sure I fixed
prepared this time.
Yes, you are. Be prepared for this. There are two patrons in this chat. One tells truth, one tells lies. Which one is it?
To pass this gate, you must.
Oh, such a good movie. Wait. Jeez. Yeah, maybe this weekend I'll have to pick myself up a new small dry brush. Because this one is looking pretty tired. What do they say in the UK? Knackered? Knackered, yeah. It's looking pretty knackered. Of course, on this side, a word like that almost sounds like a derogatory term.
I think that dry brush is in the realm of absolutely shagged.
Shagged? You know what? I wouldn't mind being in the category of shagged. If I'm being honest.
The Monkey Lord speaks for us all.
Ooh, it's tempting to go up to a bright orange, but no. Better not. Just looking for just the tip. Just like that. Just a little bit of a gradient. Yeah. Yeah. Kim. They have that on some golden bottles, the name in several languages, but I think it's when the bottles were made, if they do or don't. Tibberdork and Green Stuff World names for the metallic colors they made themselves. I don't hate as much as it makes more sense since it's a new thing. Tit Lady Pink? Nope, not quite, but not far off either. All right, to give you a hint, Kim, on what that name could possibly have been, that a 16, 17-year-old, no, actually I was 14 and 15. Anyway, what I would have called the pink back in the day, what on a woman is typically described as pink. And then there we go. And that's where I went with that. Yes, I know. Chris is a pig. I know that. Everybody knows that. Even my wife knows that. And no, that's not why she married me.
It's because you take care of your tool.
It's because take care of my tools. That's right. Oh, man. Anyway. Kim, war colors make Goblin Green in the Nostalgia 88 line. Isn't Nostalgia 88, though? Isn't that Coat d'Arms, though? Isn't the company that makes Coat d'Arms? Or Coat d'Arms being the company that makes Nostalgia? Nostalgia, it's a powerful thing, especially in our circles. Makes us do funny things, buy unnecessary things. Even myself. In fact, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna go grab it because I've been thinking about making a video about it. On kind of not the subject so much because I did a video a while back about nostalgia, but I will get it in a moment as soon as I run out of this Wild Rider Red. On camera, it looks pretty dark closer to the body. But to the eye, though, I can see, like, oh, you know what it is? It's because the camera is picking up it's a slightly glossy finish on the shade wash. I think it was the Egrexer shade, or it was that Canaptic bronze color or whatever the fuck. Yeah, that I used to shade some of these areas. That's what else I used on the gold as well, was that Canaptic. But no, I can't remember what the freaking color's called now. Canaptic something or other. It's a shade wash. You know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, well, get fucked. Dragon Knight. I still have Goblin Green pot, but the paint is thick. Yeah, you could probably add just a couple drops of medium. I mean, you could add water. If you're going to add water, I would recommend like distilled or bottled water to reactivate the paint, or just add like just a couple drops. You only need a couple drops to kind of really kind of get it happening again. But if you can find some thinner mediums, like airbrush thinner medium, and use that, you're better off, I think, for, you know, rejuvenating the paint. Yeah. In hindsight, if I had more time when I was doing this figure, I would have done more sub-assemblies than this. For any of you out there who are going to pick this model up, yeah, you can do the wings, like right about here. You can do this whole wing section by itself, this whole wing section by itself, And you can do the whole head. The head connects up right here along the chest, so you can actually do this entire section right here, all on its own. I don't remember the tail, though. The tail, I thought it was kind of convoluted. It's a big piece. Oh, no, the tail can be left off, because, yeah, there's a join right here. It connects up to the body, or the main part of the body. But either way, I'd probably leave the wings off, because where they marry up to each other, and, like, where you can glue it, they line up really nicely to do them in sub-assemblies. Like, you know, people shit on Games Workshop often, but I will say that whoever's on their design team, especially with like the latest stuff coming out for Age of Sigmar, they run really, really well, like as far as doing them in sub-assemblies. Sigvald was a big one. He was great to leave in sub-assemblies, and everything lined right up perfectly, and because they're all keyed for each other, right? And it worked out really, really well doing that model. But anyway, Sophie, yep, knackered. Sophie, wow, those knackers are also a word for a part of the male body parts. Knackers? A male body part?
Your knackers.
Oh, you're not, like you're, oh. See, because over here in North America, typically we'll refer to breasts as knockers. Now, not necessarily women's breasts, but, you know, because nowadays, I mean, you know, if somebody's pretty heavy, they can have boobies as well. In fact, even this cat right here, as I was getting really heavy, I was getting pretty damn close to having my own boobies. And then
moves.
Yeah, and then I was like, I was looking at the old lady like, well, if I've got my own boobs, why are you here? She didn't find it funny. Amazingly enough, she did not find that funny. But what are you gonna do? For anybody wondering, we do talk to each other quite awfully. In awful conversations. At least to outside ears, anyway. It's like, geez, you talk to your wife that way? Geez, you talk to your husband that way? Geez, Louise. Talk to your kids that way? Kim, put a pic in the Discord of the Nostalgia 88 line. It's War Colors. I got most of them, so I should know. Yeah, it's War Colors? Well, who produces War Colors, though? See, because typically, like all these different paint brands, they all branch back to a particular manufacturer, right? And War Colors, who produces War Colors? Because, like, the bottles and everything, they look like Cote d'Arms, and Cote d'Arms is the only company that I know of that is producing paint pots like that. So they seem to be the only ones, you know, that ever did, really. But yeah, Kim, I also have some of the original ones from the 90s. Wow. Oh, like the Citadel things? Yeah. Well, I still have my snakebite leather, and I still have, like, I think a couple of the inks. I still have my orange ink. I still have my brown ink. I still got a couple of hexagonal pots. At one point, I had purged and got rid of, like, all my old paints because, like, you know, it wasn't really necessary to hang on to them and, you know, that shit. All right, I think I am done with the fur. I'm mostly okay with that. Part of my brain is telling me, no, go a little brighter. But I think if I hit that with a matte, you know what? I'll hit it with a matte right now. I'm going to hit it with just some Lamian medium. Lamian. Give it a mix. Yeah. We'll hit it with a little bit of Lamian medium just to knock some of the shine out, because I think that's really what's kind of affecting my eyes and my judgment of the color itself. Wait. Keep hitting that. We'll use this brush here. I'm just going to use my wash brush here. So we'll just work it into the nooks and crannies. So, Boop, are you working on anything?
Not really.
Okay. Just
Kinda
chilling?
relaxing.
Yeah?
Yep.
That's all right, too. You're allowed to relax. You're allowed to take it easy once in a while.
Probably put together some more Krieg horse boys later today.
Oh, yeah, you had recently ordered a bunch of those, eh?
Mm-hmm. Well, they were recently delivered.
Right, yeah.
Recently ordered. No.
Right, yeah.
GW North America is backed up, about a month.
Right. Yeah, I was seeing your comment there because Mr. Gim was concerned about it as well.
Yeah, no, dude. When I emailed them about it, it was just an inquiry because I noticed when I placed the order, they had a 20 business day, and then when a couple days later, I looked online, it's the 25th. So I just asked, like, hey, does this apply for old orders? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. The email said something about them, like, renovating, like, their, like, mail shipping area.
They ship mail? Or they ship mails?
No, their shipping area. Like how companies at warehouses will have, like, a area for outgoing stuff.
I know. It was a bad joke.
Yeah. They said they were renovating or expanding.
Oh, really?
So delays now, I guess, for no delays in the future. Or, well, you say that, but there will always be delays.
Yeah, there will always be delays.
Especially around the holiday season. But...
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sophie, did Citadel start off doing D&D miniatures first before Warhammer started off? Way back in the day, White Dwarf used to advertise all sorts of gaming, RPG, and stuff like that. And it wasn't until Games Workshop was, more established that they started pushing just their own products. Now, as far as the paints are concerned, I don't really recall them making any paints that were specific to, anything other than Warhammer 40,000.
Oh yeah, no, their paint was specific, but they did used to sell generic fantasy minis. They made the minis, but they were generic fantasy minis.
Yeah, there was different sculptors and sculpting lines produced under Citadel, like Marauder and what was the other one? There was another name that produced models under the umbrella Citadel.
Back in the early days, but prior to them making a game, they sold board games and shit.
Yeah. They were very diverse as far as what they were pushing back in the day. And then I guess by the time Warhammer comes out, they start focusing down on,
And they made minis for a while, and then they decided to make a game, and then they made the game, and the game took off, and then they stopped selling the other stuff.
Yeah. Well, they stopped selling everybody or advertising anybody else's. Because, White Dwarf was...
it was like what, War Games Illustrated is right now.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's what White Dwarf was. It was just everybody. It was the hobby, right? Rather than just Games Workshop side of stuff. Rather than pushing their own products. Kim, War Colors are a tiny little factory on Cyprus in Greece. They make all the paint in-house, and it's one dude that do all the work. Oh, really? Okay. Interesting.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, I said I was going to grab something that I was going to talk about. Hold on, I'll be right back. Entertain yourself. Talk amongst yourselves. Whoa. I said,
Chaos, panic. Where is he?
Wow. Nobody here. Burn this shit down.
Yeah. Big cats away. The mice will kill.
TOS. Let's get Chris banned off Twitch.
That's right. We were talking about how nostalgia, is a powerful thing, and I had recently reacquired something that was from my past that I've had fond memories of, and I recently reacquired a copy of it. And you guys want to see it? No?
Sure,
No?
why not? Is it your unopened box of Harlequins that you bought for like £3?
What? No.
Oh, or that might be an open box. I just remember you having like the old like Harlequin box that was like $3 or $4, whatever.
Yeah, I had an old box like that. I still have my Rogue Trader one, or my Space Marine one. It's the old Space Marine box. But anyway, yeah, I'll show you guys that one in a minute here, because I just keep bits in it now. But no, it's the old Citadel painting guide.
Wow.
You used to get this. Well, you just go to the store and you can just grab a copy, kind of thing. They'd, they basically just handed these out essentially. You could buy it, and here it was marked for 75 cents. But yeah, I've seen this on eBay. I've seen this go upwards of $50 for this. This is like this is like a leaflet. Like, this is thin, skint, as it were. And yeah, I was like, wow. It was for a decent price. I only paid like $15 Canadian. So like $2 US. And
Well, I'll give you $3.
wow. No, wait. No, this is going in my collection. And when I talk about my collection, when I talk about my collection, I'm talking in General Grievous type voice as well.
No, I get what you're saying. Where you're saying I paid 15 CAD for this. That's like $2 US. I was like, I'll give you $2.
But yeah, it has like the old listing of all the paint sets. Now this one came out obviously when all these paint sets were done, because when I started in the hobby, it was only these three and the Expert that existed. At least those were the only ones I ever saw initially. And then of course the Space Marine one came out, and then the Orc and Eldar. And I never actually got the Epic one, I don't think. I don't recall ever getting the Epic one, but I had the metallic one, because I remember I went to Marquette in Upper Michigan at a hobby store, and I picked it up, and I was so happy. I was like, oh wow, metallic paints, look at these colors, because it was the only time you could get this metallic purple, like here on this Phantom Titan they depict. But yeah, oh, and this metallic green, like on the Dark Angel here, that's a metallic green on him. But yeah, I was thinking about doing a video talking about some of these reacquired things that were huge in my hobbying way back when. Yeah, because this is 92. Let me see here. You see that? Yeah, it's 92 when this was produced. So yeah, this wasn't like from way back in the day. But yeah. Although, even though this might be a reprint, because I don't know what
as old as I am.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I got into this about 88, and about 89 was when I started really getting into it. And about 89, 90 is when I got into Warhammer 40k. But yeah, here, where's the other one? Yeah, here's another relic. I think I've shown this one off. And like I said, I might have to do a video on this. I keep this one in my in this little baggie, just cause. Sophie, it's way older than me. Yeah, no, please make me feel older, Sophie. Go right ahead. Thank you. That's good stuff. Why don't you just kick him in the balls and tell him he has ugly kids? Yeah, this one
Yeah,
here.
that's oldest my oldest brother.
But I do know. I'm just kidding. You say that as a joke, but I do that too.
So anyway, yeah, this one here was a lot of fun.
Ooh, can we see some pictures?
Some pictures of this? Sure. This one.
God.
When was this printed? I don't even know. This one came out with the paint set.
Ooh. Full screen. Get some painting ideas. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah. So it gave you banner ideas for the Space Wolves, Ultramarines, the Blue Angels, and the Salamanders. But I can't seem to find what the date is on this. I don't know when this was printed. But yeah, it just gave the steps, and of course this was back when Blood Angels were more of an...
Blood Angels were orange? Yeah.
Yeah, this is when Blood Angels were an orange, a brownie orange. Because the Blood Angels red was actually more of a terracotta.
Yeah.
But yeah. And Space Wolves.
Take a flippy flip.
Yeah.
Space Wolves gray has not changed that much. They are still a baby blue. There was a period in time where they went darker, but they're back to that baby blue.
Yeah. Well, because people like it, right? And, it just feels more...
What's to the right?
It's
Is that
Salamanders.
Crimson Fist?
No, Salamanders. And this is the old Rogue Trader Marine.
Very dark.
Well, on camera, yeah, it's pretty dark. It's...
Oh, is it a bright green? And
Well, you start off with a black, and then edge and green, and then just get work.
so they were a black base and an edge of highlighting green.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Even some early weathering guides on creating dirt on your tanks.
Ultramarines.
Yeah.
Been pretty. They got slightly darker for a period of time, but I think that was like 5th or 6th edition. They went dark blue, and now they're kind of back to like a. It's not quite as bright as like old Ultramarines, but they're brighter than they were in like it was like 5th or 6th. They went really like a really dark blue.
This is one of my favorite illustrations of a Space Marine. That one's I'm pretty sure done by Jess Goodwin. That's one of my favorites. It's just really cool. And of course, back when Space Marines, you painted the ranks on them. So Sergeant, Captain, Lieutenant Commander.
I still do that. I have the 4th edition Space Marine Codex that has like all like how to depict your sergeants and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I still do that on my model.
Skull for Chaplain, Hand for Tech Marine, Helix for Medic, and a book for Librarian.
I don't do that on the helmet.
The old squad markings.
But I do like the
Skulls.
laurels and the helmet colors and shit for my sergeant.
Yeah. The badges, Crux Terminatus. I don't even think it was it Crux Terminatus then? I don't even know. Anyway, Laurel Wreath. And of course, some painted examples of chapters of Marines and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure after seeing this, I'm pretty sure I used that hand and made a book to fit in a guy's hand once. Basically everything that is here, I had pretty much done at some point.
I mean, I've pretty much wrapped up my Blood Angels. Not really making any big purchases for them unless there's like a whole huge release of like Space Marine shit. But I might go back and like get a small force of more Blood Angels, but paint them that terracotta orange.
The old Space Wolf squad markings. And of course, Lehman Russ, different characters. That's the old Lehman Russ.
Lehman Russ, who then became Ragnar.
No, this guy was always Lehman Russ, and then he disappeared.
No, like the model or whatever.
Oh, no. No, Ragnar was a product of 2nd edition.
Oh, he wasn't just that model, slightly changed?
No, because Lehman is... Because this figure was based on the artwork.
Oh, no, he is a Primarch.
Ultramarines, just showing the different squad markings and stuff, and then of course, all the different ways of doing your Ultramarines. salamanders. Different squad markings and such for salamanders. And of course some schemes for salamanders.
Now, I always thought that the Ragnar 3rd edition model was supposed to be, you know, the Leman Russ model.
No. But yeah. Oh, what was the printing date on this? Does anybody know what the printing date was on this? I would assume it was when the paint set came out, and I don't know when the paint set came out. I'm willing to say it was 88, 89, something like that. I want to say it's pre-90. But anyway, yeah, this is one of those things that I had to reacquire. I had this way back in the day. It was integral to all my painting for Space Marines and such. I'm pretty sure in this book, it was the first time I was introduced to the concept of feathering. I'm pretty sure it's in this book that it talks about feathering. But anyway, yeah. And of course I got a bunch of other old guides that I picked up. And of course Kim gave me one of them, how to paint the Space Marines. Oh, and Eldari sent me another one. Yeah, Heroes for War Games. He sent me that guide. It was very interesting. Anyway. Kim, my first experience with Warhammer was Space Marine Epic box that I got for my 10th birthday in 90. Sophie, LOL, I'm the same age as your daughter. Nor my fault you're ancient. I mean, middle-aged. Get out of my channel, Sophie. Get the hell out of here. Hurting my feelings. You're hurting my feelings, girl. You're hurting my feelings. All right. So we got that fur taken care of. And yeah, the fur does look a little bit better now that I had that matte layer of matte paint go down, or paint varnish. So yeah, it looks a lot better now. Yeah, much happier. But do I still want to go brighter? No. There's a little goblin in my head saying, yeah, go brighter. Push it as far as you can. And then I'm like, I think he's right. That cactus is right.
I really want to find some good terracotta colors now for some really old school Blood Angel.
Yeah, do it. Current color out of G-Dubs, that would be... Well, I'm sure the coat d'arms paint, you probably could find that old Blood Angel red color they used to use. Like I said, it's a terracotta color. It's... Well, even, what was the one there? What's that? Nostalgia 88. Yeah, the one that Kim's talking about there. But out of the current iteration of the paints, though... I don't know if they have a terracotta. Like a good terracotta. Squig Orange kind of comes close. Maybe...
Blood Angel Red.
Damn, yeah. There's no real terracotta color. Doombull Brown? Nah, not really. Tuskor Fur? Not really.
What was the highlight for Blood Angel Red?
The highlight for Blood Angel Red was, I believe they recommended using orange.
Was it Blood Red? Or
No.
Burnt Orange? It might have been Burnt Orange.
It was an orange. It was an orange, I think. It was, like, the old Citadel line was very limited. It was, like, not even, like, well, it was those 4 boxes. And...
Blade Orange, I think it was.
Oh, wait, was it 6 boxes? 6 boxes. What the hell was it? 8 boxes, excuse me. It was 8 boxes of paint, and they all came with 9 except the metallic. The metallic only came with 6. And the expert was inks. It was entirely inks. But yeah.
Wouldn't Deathclaw Brown be kind of terracotta?
Deathclaw Brown. Yeah. but they all feel more brown than they do more red.
Yeah,
You know,
that's a good point.
like terracotta is a red brown, and like I said, Doombull brown is kind of close, but.
Yeah, why'd you get that? I know it doesn't have to be GW colors. I'm on Coat to Arms website thing right now.
Yeah, go to Coat to Arms. They very likely have that color because.
Yeah, Blood Angel Red right there.
Does it look like a red or does it look more like a brown? Post the link in the Discord and I'll have a look. Oh, jeez, what a hit. Oh my god. Greenleaf Terrain Studio. Plush, way of the plush. Yeah, I like plushes. Sophie, this is why I love your streams, Chris. I've got hot, a great sense of humor and tons of advice and encouragement. Oh, thanks. Even though I was just talking shit to her, but whatever. Okay, I'm going to the site. Blood Angels Red. Yeah, that picture I don't think is a very good picture because you can see the sediment. You can see it's darker at the base and then it's lighter at the top. But yeah. It might have been that Blood Angel's red or the Blood Angel orange was the highlight color. Now I'm curious as see if you can find a list of the colors that were in that set. Know what I mean? The set technically was called the Space Marine Paint Set. Also, let me know if you find a date on it and when they say it was printed or painted or when it was produced. Oh.
You know what?
What?
I'm looking at reviews of the Coat to Arms paint. If that pamphlet was printed in the 80s, the War Colors Nostalgia 88 line might be a closer match.
Yeah, I'm sure they would be. Oh, Nostalgia 88. Right. I don't know. Have a look at those. See if they've got. Yeah. Greenleaf. I clean my brushes with white kittens. With white kittens. Are you saying white kittens? Yeah. I mean, because cats are pretty self-cleaning, kind of like a self-cleaning oven. And so why not, right? It's kind of like that joke. A bear and a rabbit are shitting in the woods. The bear turns to the rabbit. Do you have problems with shit sticking to your fur? And the rabbit says no. So the bear wipes his ass with the rabbit. Yeah, I need a soundboard so I can have the ba-doom-ch.
I've got a drum kit right next to me.
Do you? Okay, then do it, please.
Oh no, it's too late. It's too late for that.
Oh right, yeah, it's like middle of the night for you. That's right. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have some neighbors on my door.
Okay.
But I would if I could.
Nostalgia 88 paint set, 9 bottles, and then the creature paint set, and then the monster paint set. Is that it for their paint sets? No, it says 25 paint sets. What the fuck? Oh, that's their war colors. Their nostalgia is not in there. Now, see, I remember playing with war colors, and I don't really remember liking the paint too much. I found it very thick, very greasy. And it didn't really make sense why it was in dropper bottles. No, they only have the 3. The color set, the creature set, and the monster set. Where's the nostalgia? Okay. I just want a single fucking color here. Why the fuck you gonna give me this fucking bullshit? Ugh. Bah. Anyway. Nostalgia 88 paint line, and there's only like a few colors. Not all the colors are represented.
Yeah, no, it's not all the color.
God dang it.
I know, I was sad just to find out.
Yeah. Sophie, what was the first model or mini and paints used? Mine was an Airfix Spitfire with my dad's Humbrol paints. Yeah, I never used Humbrol until like much later in painting. Just when I was starting to get brave with, going back to using enamels. Because when I first started painting, man, I was using like Citadel colors. I was using Ralpartha. I was using Testers enamels. I was using all sorts of paints on the same project. So I was using enamels and water-based acrylics on the same paint job. And as anybody who's never done that, it's kind of a no-no. Excuse me. Because it doesn't adhere, the paint, water-based acrylics doesn't adhere to the enamel very well. And it sure as shit won't mix. So but I mean, I was not at that point in painting when I got started. So, but I was playing with all those colors, and because my hobbying was very Games Workshop centric, and I was very Space Hulk and Warhammer 40,000, in love with those, that my color choice and color palette and choice of paints was Citadel paints. And I was playing with Ralpartha whenever I was looking, say, for example, like a red, and then I couldn't find the GW red, then I'd go look for, in another paint line. And I'm trying to think of what other paint line was out when Citadel was doing this. It was Ralpartha, Citadel, and I want to say there was another acrylic paint line. But anyway, yeah, Ralpartha had a big selection of paints, and they came in big bottles. They came in bottles like like bigger than Citadel paint pots, like bigger than these things, bigger than because these paints, these are like the original Citadel stuff, and I mean, like, they're obviously a little bit more than what you currently get, but the Ralpartha ones were bigger. They were more like Tamiya sized. Yeah, they were more like the Tamiya sized paints. So I got a Tamiya bottle handy. No, of course not. Of course not. I mean, I could get up and get it, but I don't feel like it. Anyway. Where am I? But yeah, the first model was, Space Hulk. Then I started buying other models. I was buying Imperial Guard. I was buying, Orcs, and I was buying all sorts of stuff. I still have like the original shock attack gun somewhere in my boxes. I wish I still had all the Snotlings, but I think I got rid of those at one point. But I kept the shock attack gun for whatever reason. Yeah. I mean, I still have some of my rare models I'd done. My first branches off into conversions, and a lot of my early paint jobs that were very heavy on the dry brushing, starting with the black and going up to like a bright yellowish red, which, in hindsight, and what I caution people nowadays not to do, because, you end up just laying a stupid amount of paint down under the figure. But yeah. Anyway, where am I on this figure? All right, we got the fur dry brushed. I guess I could probably start working on the mouth. Yeah, let's get this head finished, I think, right? Anyway. I like how he sounds. Sounds like a dinner plate. Kim, they apparently are out of 2 of the sets. It's normally 5. 1 is the ink set. Yeah. I mean, there was 8 sets. So they need, if they want to truly be Nostalgia 88. Well, I guess technically, if they're sticking with the date, then I guess it is just those 3 sets, right? And maybe the expert, the ink, because that's what I recall. Because then Space Marine came out later, and then the Orc and Eldar came out later, and the Epic one I never even got. So
Yeah, I might just do Coat d'Arms because it looks like the correct, like Blood Angel's red.
did you post a link of the Coat d'Arms? Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. Or somebody who sells it at least.
Oh yeah, no, this is not them. Fucking hell. Coat d'Arms is these guys right here. And of course it's gonna load very fucking slow. Nice.
It was just somebody who sold it.
Yeah, no, but here
Sure
I'm fucking telling you, go here because this is the fucking place to get it. This is the source.
The sauce.
Yes, Neo, it's the source. You must go to the source. I've just posted it in Discord. Blackhat.co.uk.
Yes. Sauce.
Should be their fantasy range. Now, yeah, they have a blood red, but I don't remember that. Flame orange. Flame on. Harry Brown. Harry Brown. Vampire red.
Angel red.
Yeah. Again, some of them, like, ruby red. Yeah, that's a good one. Angel red. Yeah, it looks kind of more orange. It might be the right color. I can't say. I would have to see it. Because I remember the Blood Angel red being very terracotta. Like even the swatch they have for gray primer, it looks fucking brown. So I don't know what their deal is. I don't know what these guys are about. Magic metal. I don't know what that would be. Again, probably because they probably can't use the old names just because, they'll get in shit. But, yeah.
J-Dub's gonna come get you.
Yeah. I'm sure it's that situation where, G-Dubs, because they own the names, they're saying, no, you can't do that. You'll confuse people. People will think you're us. You can't do that. That kind of shit, right? Greenleaf terrain. Paint this. And then a bunch of asterisk. I don't know. Adam, I don't know why you post this craziness, bud. Why are you posting this craziness? Kim, if you go to single bottles, they got 28 different ones in the Nostalgia 88 line. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the hell. Well, there was 5 paint sets. Well, technically there's 7. 6 paint sets with 9 bottles. Right? So, I think you can work out how many paints they had at the time.
Okay, so according to conversion chart, Angel Red is the Blood Angel Red, like the old Blood Angel Red.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. But the only way to find out is getting a pot and then putting it on a model and seeing if it actually is.
Yeah. Yeah, because... Here, you know what? Let's switch over, just for gigs, since we're just goofing around at the moment. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out what am I doing next on my model. I was going to do the mouth, that's right. Anyway. Yeah, so Black Hat Miniatures, Coat d'Arms. These are the guys that we're talking about for anybody who's wondering. And so these guys, apparently, as the stories go, these guys were the guys that produced the paints for Games Workshop way back in the day. Goblin Green, there it is. Goblin Green. And I had recently picked up some. I picked up black, white, green, Goblin Green, and leather. What was it? Barbarian leather? Is the old snakebite leather? Yeah, Barbarian leather. Yeah. It's pretty darn close. Oh, I was showing the camera. I just realized that I got the window switched. Fucking idiot. But yeah. Because I don't... Like, Vampire Red, I don't remember what the hell that would have been. Because I remember, like, a ruby red and the dusk yellow, which would have been the sunburst yellow. I don't really remember a burnt orange. But the Blood Angel red...
Vampire Red, could it be Flesh Terror Red?
I don't recall Flesh Terror Red.
That's an old red they brought back, or GW brought back.
Flesh Terror Red? It's not familiar. But I mean, it's not to say that I'm right, but yeah.
I think that was like a brownish red.
Yeah,
If
because
I'm not terribly mistaken.
I guess I could just go back to the guide and see what it says to base coat the fucking model in, right? If we really wanted to be correct about it all. Let me grab the guide again. I still have it on my desk, but I put it back in my bag. Oh, we're having fun today, aren't we? We're getting lots of painting done, by the way.
Well, I am.
All right, here we go. So, you know what? I'll just read you guys the page of the Blood Angel here. Let's move the Dragoon out of the way. Put him over there. Shit, let me get out of my screen here. Make sure I'm framed up properly here. There we go. All right. So I'm just going to read you the page. Hopefully I don't get some sort of warning or bullshit about this. But anyway. So Blood Angels, Metal Marine. Note that the same colors apply for Terminator armor for all you dum-dums out there. Okay? You know who I'm talking to. Most of the... Don't interrupt me. Okay. Most of the Blood Angels follow the Index Astartes quite closely. However, nearly all the chaplains wear artificer crafted armor. Within the Blood Angels, chaplains are treated with higher regard than in many other chapters, and as such are accorded more personalized equipment. In addition, they paint their armor almost totally black, and Blood Angel chaplains' armor displays very little of the chapter's own color. And so, preparation and undercoating. The Marine is prepared for painting, following the instructions given to the preparing your miniature section. Where the fuck? This little paragraph over here. Preparing your miniature. Don't fuck it up. It says right there in the thing. Base colors. The Marine's uniform is given a base coat of terracotta. Oh, it was called terracotta back in the day. Oh.
No, I'll just go find a terracotta paint then.
Yeah.
I don't have to get this old paint shit.
Yeah, just
Okay. Terracotta paint.
Yeah, just base coat them terracotta apparently. While the pack and the weapons are painted with chaos black, highlighting the areas, the highest areas of the Marine's uniform are highlighted with Blood Angel orange terracotta mix. I would assume that's probably more like a 1-to-1 mix when they talk about like that, because they don't really give like ratios or anything back in the day. Anyway, the pack and weapons are dry brushed with bolt gun metal. That would be like your dark steel nowadays. It'd be like what's the current dark metal from G-Dubs? Fuck.
Lead Belcher.
Lead Belcher, thank you. Yes. Fine highlighting. A sunburst yellow Blood Angel orange mix is applied to the edges of the armor plates and the helmet. Add a little skull white to the mix and repeat, working up the highlights as you go. The pack and weapons are dry brushed very lightly with chainmail, then mithril silver. Final details. The Marine's eyes and shoulder studs are finished. They're finished. The chapter symbol is now added to the right shoulder pad using Citadel transfer. Finally, any remaining symbols and insignia are first painted with chaos black before filling in the center with a coat of skull white. The required color is then painted over the white area, leaving a black key line around the edge. Then it gives what to do for particular branches. Like the chaplain, it's saying the helmet's black, torso black, shoulders black with a skull motif, or white sculpted skulls, arms black, legs and elbow pads, chapter red and yellow. Blood Angel Tech Marine, the gloves black, right shoulder pad yellow, sculpted hand or normal chapter design, rest of armor chapter red with industrial patterning around the knees. A Blood Angel Medic, helmet white with gene seed helix on the forehead, lower left leg chapter red, repainted white upon giving first battlefield transfusion, rest of armor chapter red. Then the Blood Angel Librarian, chapter red with a book motif on the forehead, So I guess the librarian thing I don't think comes out until what, 2nd edition, eh? Like librarians being all blue.
Mm-hmm. It's like a 2nd, 3rd edition thing.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. So find yourself some terracotta because that was the original base for.
I guess the sunburst yellow and the angel red are the analogs for obviously sunburst yellow and the blood angel orange. So I just need terracotta.
Well, get on that shit.
A good terracotta pink.
Get down on it.
Get down on it.
All right. I'm going to work on his mouth and his teeth. I'm going to get some. Oh, I don't know. Let's get some wraiths here. Yeah. Wraiths here? Is that what the fuck it's called? Wraithbone. That's it. Wraithbone. I like this paint. Wraithbone. Covers really well. Well, most of the base paints do cover well. Alrighty. Where am I in these comments? I don't know. Sophie, it'll be fun if GW released a few of their old minis as collector series like the old squats and 2, if I recall, 3rd edition stuff, but probably don't have the molds anymore. Yeah, who could say what happened to those molds? I mean, obviously somebody in the know within GW probably knows where those molds are sitting. I'd imagine they're probably like the master molds or maybe the master's sculpts themselves are probably sitting boxed up in a cool, dry place within the headquarters. That kind of thing, I think, is really what should be on display at Warhammer World. Like, they have, like, a little bit of classic stuff at Warhammer World, but I think Warhammer World, I think they should dedicate more space to everything. Like the old Masters sculpts, maybe even having displays of, like, the old mold making process that they used to use, and they 100% should have all the artwork on display. It should be a fucking museum, and there's enough artwork that GW has commissioned that would be an easy task for them. Be easy to fill an entire, like, what they section off for Warhammer World, they could easily just do just simply as an art gallery. And people would turn up for all that art, old art, because some of that stuff is just, you know, it's the stuff of childhood memories. You know, again, nostalgia being so powerful, right? Or is that just me? Let's add a drop, a medium. Nice and thin. It's buttery smooth.
I'm gonna have to remember. I want to watch when this gets posted on the YouTube. I'm gonna have to sit there and watch to figure out what was said about librarians. So when I go to paint a Primaris librarian in this classic style, I think it was literally just a book on that.
Ah, son of a bitch. I was painting that fur. I forgot about the fur up on his head. Fuck. Fucking forgot all about that. Damn it. Why didn't somebody remind me? Where the fuck were you guys on that one, you dipshits?
Hey, not my circus. Not my circus and just the clown in it.
Fucking guys are supposed to be helping me out here.
Are we?
Aren't you?
Like I said, not my circus. I'm just a clown in it.
God damn it. Thought you had my back. Instead, you're just like the rest.
There are so many red flags.
Yeah, everybody's tuning in. Is like, holy shit! Is there some trauma going on here? Oh shit! Said you'd always love me. Oh man! Focus, Chris. Focus. Focus. Time we at? Are you serious? It's 1:45, or I've been streaming for an hour 45. Wait. Yeah, see, this is why I should do this in sub-assemblies, because that way you're not freaking working around freaking wings. Plus, too, I mean, like, if you had this all in sub-assemblies, like you would normally, if you're, taking your time and working on this well, you wouldn't have all this shit in your way, and you can concentrate on details and such.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Where are we here? Kim should be more. It was 9 inks and at least one more set before. They're pretty close. The coat to arm paints, but it's not spot on with the tones to the old GW paints. I'm also getting a lot of painting done. Almost finished the 2 models I'm painting. We were all, mostly painting, not watching. So yeah, true enough. Everybody should be working. It's like the library. Shouldn't be talking as much. Should be working. Nose down in your books. And yes, I've been to a library. Before anybody goes, Chris, you've been in a library? Yes, I have. I used to spend a lot of time in a library with my friends.
Fucking nerd.
I know. I was a fucking nerd. I used to play chess, everything like that when I was young, yeah. Not that we were like a chess club or anything like that, but I mean, if we did, I probably would have joined. Me likey chess. For my money, chess is the best.
Alright.
What?
Never gonna let you down.
Oh.
Cause you're the best. Alright.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, okay.
Some Karate Kid going on here.
The only one I know from Karate Kid is Gloria Love. We actually attempted to make a very heavy power ballad of that one.
Oh, really? And then didn't, or what?
Yeah, no, it's just me who enjoyed it.
Oh, you were the only one who liked the song.
It's not metal. Oh, okay. But we're making it metal.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, has anybody listened to Disturbed? I mean, like, Disturbed is probably the greatest heavy metal cover band.
They were the greatest heavy metal band?
Cover band.
Oh, cover band.
Because they got some of the greatest fucking cover songs. But they do, like, 80s classics.
Like what?
They do some. What's his face? Phil Collins.
Phil
Genesis.
Collins. Yep. Simon and Garfunkel. I think that one blew up for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sound of Silence.
I didn't know Disturbed. Well, I knew they did The Sound of Silence, but I didn't know they did a lot of covers.
Yeah, they have an album that is just covers.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Which is why I say they're the greatest heavy metal cover band. My brother was convinced that they were trying to become Genesis. They wanted to be Genesis. And Genesis are really good, so if you're going to emulate somebody, why not emulate the best?
Yeah, I think I actually have the Faces album on vinyl somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On the vinyl?
On the vinyls, along with my Maiden and Meatloaf.
Meatloaf or Meatloaf?
Meatloaf.
You know,
It's a Christmas album.
You know, I never really got into Meatloaf. I just wasn't that into it, man. You know? I don't know.
I think it might have something to do with my love for musicals.
Yeah, see, I'm not that big into musicals either. But then again, I'm a jerk, so. Sophie, they could do a DVD on the history of the Warhammer hobby, the process from doing the first mini, the brushes and paint showing those minis, and how the hobby changed through the editions showing 40k and fantasy to up today's stuff, and how the design and painting and the gameplay has evolved. Oh yeah, like you totally could, just on Games Workshop's efforts alone. I imagine a series like that. You'd probably have to incorporate a few other people as well, because, I mean, like, Games Workshop, for all the stuff that they've done, it wasn't solely them doing it, right? I mean, a big part of it was, you know, Dungeons and Dragons and, you know, shit like that. That contributed to this whole hobby.
Isn't there already a D&D documentary?
Is there?
I think there is. Or like a TSA thing.
I could not tell you. I'll agree with you.
Excellent.
Perfect. All right. Okay.
If you're just agreeing with everybody, you should give me your mom.
Your mom?
Your model.
Oh.
Oh.
That you're just agreeing with everybody.
Oh. Okay, here's the $1 million question. What color is his tongue?
Very bright green.
Green? Bright? Like a lime green?
Yeah.
You're fucking with me, man. Don't.
Better be some key lime fucking pie in his mouth. Shit.
Oh, key lime pie, you.
I may be ancient, but I love pasties.
Get some goblin green in there.
Get you some goblin green. You'll be goblin green, all right. Greenleaf terrain. By that logic, you emulate me? Yes, I do actually. When I'm baked out of my head and staring at the ceiling, I think, what is Adam doing right now? I'm going to imagine the same thing. Sophie, Screamer pink. Screamer pink? Like a bright pink tongue?
I'm still thinking bright green. I ate some key lime pie.
Screamer pink. Screamer pink is the darker pink, isn't it?
Tis.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's go Screamer pink. I like it. I'm into it. I'm into it. Sophie, good call. You win a
It's
cookie.
that color you shouldn't see in your toilet bowl.
What?
Horrible call. He's into it.
What?
Yeah, Screamer Pink. It's a color you shouldn't see in your toilet bowl.
Good God. Yeah, but see, the thing is, though, is I have seen it, and I've had that scare, but then I realized the night before, I ate a lot of beets.
Well, since we're talking about
Yeah.
poop and things you eat changing the color of it,
Yeah?
when the Hulk movie came out in the early 2000s,
Oh, no.
they came out with green Hershey chocolate syrup,
Oh, no.
Ooh.
and it would turn your poop the same green that chocolate syrup was. You'd be pooping out little Hulks, basically.
Nice. Nice.
Like how Chris is like, nice.
Nice.
Remember they
I'm
used to
into it.
make weird colored ketchups, like purple?
Yeah, there wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to, like, Heinz making this funky colored ketchup?
Kim says dark purple up to magenta. Well, I think you and Sophie are on the same page, I think, because, yeah, I'm going to go Screamer Pink, and then I think I'll use thinned out Leviathan Blue. Leviathan Blue? No.
They might be on
Saish
the same
purple.
page.
What?
Said they might be on the same page, but I'm a few chapters ahead. I think it should be collard green.
I'm a few pages ahead. Listen to you.
Yeah, I'm about to spoil into the book for you.
No. Don't you dare.
Oh, it's Centennial Man over there.
Greenleaf terrain. No. I get high and get productive. I have planted 4,000 trees a day, smoking all day on breaks. You plant 4,000 trees a day? Really? Oof. I can't even think of anything I do 4,000 times a day. Grab a generous amount of water. Thin this down. Make it nice and thin. Yeah. Right there. Not to the point where it loses all surface tension. But pretty damn close. Oh, let's see if we can finagle our way in without hitting all these teeth. Yeah. I like the color. Once we knock it down a bit more, with some shyish purple, I think this call was the right call. Because I didn't want to go for like a bright pink, like a hot pink.
Mm-hmm.
But this darkish purplish pinky color, I think, is the better call. Yeah. Because at first I was thinking, excuse me. At first I was thinking more like a blue, like a desaturated blue.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, like, I have this blue glowiness going on with him, and I was thinking maybe like his internal organs have a blue color,
Be like Cantor Blue.
Yeah, but I was thinking like Cantor Blue, but then highlighted using straight Cantor Blue with like Ushabti bone or something.
Ooh.
To knock the color out, like to desaturate it, so it isn't so strong. But no, I think I can live with this. So now the big thing becomes that once this guy's done, should I post him for sale? Should I don't know, keep him in my collection?
You should
or
go to your nearest.
Hold on, let me finish. You didn't let me finish.
Okay.
Or should I give him away? Okay, now you can. Oh, fuck.
You went, oh.
I said, or should I give him away?
Yeah, but then when you said that, and a couple seconds later you went, oh.
Oh, because it bumped my fucking knee into the table.
Oh.
Didn't you hear the thud
Good.
ping up?
Well, no, I thought he knocked something over.
Yeah, my knee. My knee.
That check.
Okay, next we're going to jump over to some shyish purple, but I'm going to thin it down just a little bit. Heretic Scott, howdy peeps, howdy. Greenleaf, record, 5,600 in 1 day. Cool. You're a tree planting machine. You're a machine, man. Shyish purple.
You know what you should do? You know what you should do with them, Chris?
What should I do with them?
Okay, look, you should contemplate your life on how you painted the wrong dragon, okay? And you should take it to your nearest waste receptacle. I'm kidding.
My nearest what?
Waste receptacle.
Just chuck them in the garbage?
You painted the wrong dragons, okay? This is a household, okay? Get your Stormcast out.
I mean, I could.
I'm kidding.
I could.
You just
You
fucking
could.
do it out of spite.
You could
Just
do that.
fucking just do it right out of spite, man. Yeah. I could make a big thing about it saying, here's the model.
Because you don't
I'm
play
going to give it
AOS,
away.
right?
No, not yet. I have Deepkin, but I have yet to play a game.
Well, technically, the dragon's order, so you could use them with your Deepkin, but I was sitting there like, at least a Stormcast dragon, so I don't know. Oh no, he's 600 points. You couldn't ally him anyway unless you're playing a big game.
I'll big game you.
Sure.
Alright.
God, that just reminds me of, like, watching some people play some D&D, like, you know, people that stream it and crap. You know, people in D&D who always play Bard try and seduce everything, so they tried seducing another player character in a party
Tell me about
as
it.
like a joke, and the other player just sat there and said, "Do it, seduce me, give me your best shot."
Yeah, fucking go. See how far we get.
Well,
Fuck you in the ass.
you said that. I didn't say that.
I know.
That's how my D&D games always went.
Do it when you just calling people on their shenanigans.
Yeah.
Do it.
And then it usually ended in group sodomy. Anyway.
Do it, and then he did it.
And then they did it. Yeah, exactly. Greenleaf Train. And my back hurts. Oh, from planting trees, right. Heretic Scott, I've been living under a rock. Have you been working on this on your tutorial vids? No, I have not filmed. This is the first bit of actual work that I've demonstrated on camera involving this figure. So, no, I have not done any videos on it. I had gotten him a little bit late, and so I was like rushing through to try and get it done, and yeah. Now you know how it goes. Sophie, back. Sorry, missed all the audio. It was down Twitch app socks. It socks, eh? Or is that how you would say sucks, but with a UK accent? So it socks. Kim, do a patron raffle if you're not selling or keeping it. Yeah, if I don't sell it, and I don't really plan on keeping it. I mean, I like the model, but do I really feel like hanging on to it? Not really. But because I was trying to rush to get it done for the article, but that didn't really happen for me, and just because other distractions and shit. But now that I can spend a bit more time on it now, there is a lot of stuff that I think I want to clean up before even before taking nice pretty pictures of it, right? So yeah. Heretic Scott, is it Sigmar? Not sure I recognize it. Yeah, this guy just went up for order a Saturday. So these guys, this dragon is up for sale. So like I said, because I think reason why I was thinking of just giving it away was because that trying to sell it for what I normally sell painted figures for,
It might sit for a bit.
yeah, it very likely would sit for a bit just because the price would be. I mean, this thing's what, 200 US.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have to.
I can check right now.
Yeah, if it's
200's pretty close. Like most of those centerpiece models are float around like 160.
yeah, okay. Well, either way, times it by 3. That would be my price.
Oh shit! I almost got it right on the money. 150 USD on the. GW.
150. Okay, so 450 then. So that's not too bad. But yeah, that's about what I would sell it for. It's about 3 times its retail. That's typically. So giving it away, yeah. Now, like Kim says, give it away as a raffle for the patrons. I probably should. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. That actually doesn't sound like a horrible idea. Sophie, giving it away, Chris, cough cough, postage to the UK instead of too pricey, cough cough. Oh, I think she's sending it, just send it to her. Got it. Kind of like under the table kind of thing, just under the slide, just, you know. Just because. Some of these membranes on the body, I kind of want to hit with this purple. I did browns, but I'm thinking now I kind of want to hit it with purples. I want to push it towards blue. For some reason, there's just this voice in the back of my brain saying, no, use more blue on this. I don't know if I should. Not really a lot of space I would want it. Unless I was doing like a reflected light and there's that slight blue cast coming up on everything. But for that kind of thing, I'd be inclined to just, you know, use an airbrush to just throw a little bit of blue on everything. Like on this under angle. Especially on the metallic gold. It's tempting though. It is tempting. Alright. One more little layer of the purple. And I think the tongue can use a highlight. I'll put this way back there in the mouth.
Oh geez, I'm late for dinner.
You're late for dinner?
Yeah.
Well,
Here comes the line. What time are we at?
what time are we at?
5:30.
5:30? Okay, we're okay then. Because at 6 o'clock I have an important meeting to go to.
I have bad news for you, Chris.
What?
You're 8 minutes late to that meeting.
Oh. No, I was just joking. I could...
I know you were.
Okay, we're going to do the teeth real fast and some skeleton horde. Skeleton. Skeleton? Skeleton. Horde.
I thought you were having a...
Their tongue is skelly.
Oh, fuck, that helped me.
This is one of those things where Chris could actually one day have like a medical emergency on stream and nobody would believe him.
Yeah, having a fucking stroke and everybody's having a good laugh. Meanwhile, I'm getting brain damage. Yeah, I could totally see that happening. And
you smell anything burning, Chris?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I smell burning toast.
It's not actually burning toes.
Toes?
But it is strange smells.
Like any strange smells?
No, like you smelling something that isn't actually there is a sign of a stroke. That's why they say burnt toast. But it's not actually burnt toast. It could be. It could literally be anything.
I'll never
It
know
would
if
just be smelling shit that's not there. Huh?
I'll never know if I'm having a stroke. My sense of smell is excellent.
I used to have a good sense of smell, but I'm a smoker, so my sense of smell is diminished. But whenever I quit, my sense of smell comes back, and then I'm like, the world stinks, and so I start smoking again.
Yeah, I know exactly how that is.
Everything fucking stinks. Yeah, it's amazing I can function in this world at all, really. I fucking hate everything.
We believe in nothing, Mr. Lebowski.
Hey,
Nothing.
Chris, you just aren't a clown. You're the entire circus.
I might be. Let's use this one here. No, we better switch this one. Alright, lid. I don't like you and you don't like
Now,
me.
you should break out that can of Army Painter Quick Shade and just freaking dunk on it.
Just dunk the whole fucking thing in? Yeah.
That's big. I don't know if Army Painter makes them anymore because they might have actually stopped making them because people were just making fun of it so much. The freaking actual like paint cans of like Quick Shade they sold
I think they're still
for
around.
dipping your whole army. Okay, you just dunk that.
It was a very effective method.
It is for getting armies done, but it's just kind of like, you know, the humor
Yeah, it's...
of literally just dunking something in a paint can.
Yeah.
Like a literal paint can.
Well, I mean, like,
Cocked it up.
anybody who really takes painting seriously, yeah, scoffs at it.
You're just trying to get stuff done. I mean, it's perfectly valid.
Yeah.
Or you could do what somebody who worked at GW on Warhammer TV did. Since it's GW and they had to use GW products, so instead of using the Army Painter Quick Shade that comes in freaking paint cans or paint buckets or whatever, they filled a plastic tub with contrast paint. And I was like, that's the most expensive quick shade tub I've ever seen.
Oof. Yeah, that's pricey. That's pricey.
Yeah.
Because I can't think, but I mean, like, it's G-dubs. I mean, apparently, like, when they do, like, some, like, there's a big
Well, they
display.
probably just gave them that for the project or whatever.
Yeah, well, they have this big display at Warhammer World, which is, like, this city fight, and it's, like, the GW terrain, but, like, 500 of the kits to make this massive structure in this city, and, you know what I mean? And they have, like, Forge World Titans walking around, and, like, ridiculous the amount of cost it would take. But I mean, for Games Workshop, really, it's, you know, it's pennies. They've got shit all over the place.
Pennies.
It's pennies.
I'm surprised GW did not come out with a can Quick Shade with the contrast paint.
Yeah.
Freaking dunker.
Sophie, is that why you want to shave off the stash, Chris? You keep burning your whiskers when you smoke the Horde cancer sticks? No, I don't burn my mustache when I do that. My mustache gets annoying, especially when I don't put any product in it to, like, you know, keep it under control. Because my mustache goes into my mouth when I eat, especially with, like, solid foods, like sandwiches or something. Yeah, it's a pain in the rump. It's just annoying getting, and I mean, like, I think I've talked about this. I think the last episode I was talking about this. Like, the hairs on my mustache are really long, and in fact, like, the hairs on the ends of, like, at the ends of my mustache are very long. Like, they're like a couple inches. Like, they can almost reach almost to my ear. If I pull them and stretch them out a bit, I can almost reach my ear. I'm about, like, that far away from my ear. So that's how long the hair is. That's annoying.
Have you tried trimming?
Yeah, I trim it all the time. Yeah, I trimmed it actually this Saturday before the show. I knocked about less than an inch off because I get like it gets to a certain point where the hair stops kind of like cooperating and being like normal hair and starts to go all over the place. Like, the hairs are just, for lack of a better word, they look like fucking pubes. So I got this whole upper lip pube thing going on. Is what it feels like. There's all these big fucking pubes above my lip, and it's not fun. It's annoying.
Chris is gonna shave his mustache, and it's gonna be like reverse or like imposter syndrome or whatever. Nobody's gonna believe he's actually Chris. Look at that camera. It's like, who's this schmuck?
Yeah, who the hell's this guy? Jeez.
It's like one of my dad. My dad, for like, you know, the first 20 years of my life, always had the Ron Swanson mustache. You know, the big, you know.
Yeah.
And then just one day he shaved it off, and I was like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah, and you know, like, unfortunately for me, especially in this whole internet age, and you know the shit we do all day.
Yeah, you're gonna shave your face. You're gonna have to shave the monkey too.
Yeah, exactly right, because it's all that branding bullshit. Yeah.
You're gonna have to fucking shave. You're gonna have to shave the monkey. Redo all your emotes. Redo all the t-shirts.
Exactly. And that's not happening. I'm not redesigning the monkey. I've already redesigned the monkey like twice, and I'm not doing it again. Not for a while.
Or you could get one of those fake stickle mustaches.
Well, I mean, if we can do that for hair and be normal everyday fashion for people, why not? Why not just do a fake mustache, right? Is there people that do fake mustaches?
With actual hair, probably. But I was talking about like the shitty ones you get at like a dollar store.
Oh, like the Groucho Marx ones? You don't know who fucking Groucho Marx is,
They're made of like
do you?
felt or whatever. And it's like the sticky side, you peel them off the wax paper. Or you could draw it on.
Yeah, I mean, if women can fucking pencil in their eyebrows, I can pencil in a mustache, right?
Okay, well,
Oh, you're not gonna go
Haven't
the
started on.
you're not gonna go the Ren Fair route with a Sharpie and just do like a squiggly.
Of course, we could always do a pube transplant. That's an option as well. That's always an option. What color was I looking for?
or is it?
It is. It's an option. Oh, right. It was the pink. Pink. Let's go with pink horror. Yeah, we'll use pink horror because it's not too intense. Yeah, we'll use pink horror. Pink horror.
Horror that is pink.
Which kind of circles us back to what I originally called my pink back in the day. I don't think I told you guys what I called the pink, did I? Oh shit!
I think your paint shaker is.
No, that was me fucking it up.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not. It's not fucking up. It's me fucking it up.
Chris, can't you do anything?
Sometimes. Sometimes I do everything right. Sometimes I do everything wrong. You're catching me on a good day.
I hate to see your bad day. What?
Sophie, you gross. Well, Sophie, were you here when I was describing what my mustache hairs are really like? Yeah. Probably won't look at my mustache the same way.
And with that, I'm gonna check out. So I'm gonna go eat dinner before lose my appetite.
What? I'm not going to say anything gross. When have I ever said anything gross? Come on. Actually, you know what? Let's mix this color. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, I like that right there.
I'll catch you guys
I'll be streaming tomorrow.
later. Yeah, tomorrow then.
Later, duder. Have a good dinner. He's got like little barbs on his tongue. He's got like a gene stealer tongue. Are these dragons gene stealers? There we go.
Fucking better leave my trousers alone. Oh yeah, I went there.
Yeah, you did. You did go there. You went there. Full speed.
Full send, as they say.
Yeah. Just a little bit more on the tip. Yeah, there it is. That's it. That's it. Good call, Sophie. Using the pink for the tongue. A dark pink. I like it. Yeah. I'm absolutely okay with that. Very, very good. Greenleaf terrain. I've had a pink air horror. Pink air horror? Or a pink hair horror. Jeez. Like, was that a specific thing? Like, it had to be pink hair? My friend, she's got pink hair. She's married, though. But,
Shit.
yeah. Anyway. Kim, shit, it's minus 20 outside here now. Oof. Yeah, well, I mean, you and Barfing Sheep, I mean, I'm not surprised that it's minus 20. You're in the Arctic Circle, so, you know. You made your
I'm
bed.
actually below it.
Oh, yeah, you're below it, right.
But it's still, what is it, minus, yeah, we got -5.
-5? Oof.
On the phone, and, oh yeah, -8 in real life.
Oof. I don't know, what my temperature's not bad. We got snow and everything, but, let me see here. Weather. Okay, weather doesn't want to show up right now. Allow, dickhead. I said allow. It's 4 Celsius for me right now. Damn, -20. Oof. All right, I think we're going to stop there. Any last words of wisdom? Sheep?
No, not today, sadly.
Okay. No wisdom from Sheep today. I think we'll continue work on this tomorrow. I think tomorrow we are going to enrich this detail. I really like this. I was going for this idea that he's like got glowing energy inside of him. So that's kind of what I was going for here. So I created like darker tones on the outside, and then it goes brighter in towards the core. Kind of like the little bit of OSL I got going on in the eyes. And yeah, I do want to fix this up though on his head though. So I initially had it going darker, but I think I'm going to go even darker up here on his head. Just because it just looks kind of funny around his eye, just in that level of blue closest to his eye, where I want the eye to be more the focus. And so I don't really want too many bright blues up here conflicting with, you know, the appearance of it. More like this side, you know, how like the blue eye stands right out, as opposed to this side where it kind of gets a little bit lost. Yeah, just a bit. So, yeah. But anyway, what the hell is this model called? Kazari or some shit? Kazam? Alakazam? Anyway.
Golden Boy Dragon.
What is it?
Golden Boy Dragon.
Golden Boy Dragon.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I've only had the model for a few weeks, so what do I know? Kim, remember to shave your nuts. Only got the hair and the metallics left on these 2 models I'm painting, so I'm going to finish them today. Cool. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. Thank you, everybody, for the bits and the follows and all the interactions and, you know. And if you feel like attending these videos live, I'm on Twitch Wednesdays to Fridays, with Saturdays being Way the Brush. And, yeah. I don't know. What else? That's it. I don't really have a spiel to this thing, so I'm just going to end the stream. Oh, I guess we could go raiding. We'll do that tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a raid tomorrow. Yeah, we don't do the raids. I don't know why. Just... I'm a bad streamer, and I'm really bad at my job, so, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Oh, right, Kim, yeah. Become a patron, and you can get into the voice chat. That's right, as Kim says right there. Well, you guys can't see it because I don't have the chat up, but...
From my experience, it's worth it.
There you go. There's some testimony right there.
Yeah.
From my experience, it's not bad. You get your money's worth. I've wasted my money on stupider things. That's a ringing endorsement right there. I've wasted my money on dumber shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Alrighty, I'll see you guys later.